before I do, I mean, out of that lady, 2 people already joined this morning. So,
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and my great pleasure to introduce to you this morning this awesome man of wisdom, a powerhouse of motivation, a man of big heart, still a man of one wife, very committed man, ready to help, always available to help. I'm telling you, and since I came to this experience, I have learned so much. He has helped me and my team, helped me and my business. A very selfless man, a man of knowledge. So it's my
Yes.
great pleasure this morning to introduce to all of you. Please take note, because if you listen, you will learn something from him
Yes.
always.
Yes.
So
Yes.
with a great pleasure, let's unmute and welcome this morning Mr. Erik Robinson from all the way to the great state of Maryland.
Woo-hoo! Yes,
Yay,
Nicole.
yay.
Thank
Yay,
you.
yay. Good
Whoosh,
morning.
whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Oh,
If y'all heard the story, the
Hot
testimonies,
junk.
Nicole, thank you for the amazing introduction. Thank you, sir. Man, you're blowing it up. It's like 2 people already this morning. And then you got people in your team. Dr. Teresa say we're doing 3 EDs in the next 90 days. I know our group, we're on a run, 6 figures in 6 months. And tonight at our team huddle, just a quick announcement. There's no CEO tap today. It's a Canadian holiday, so no CEO tap. But tonight at our team huddle, we're going to break it down. We're going to give you the blueprint. So team, make sure you tell everybody you know, get them on the team huddle tonight. And somebody can put in the chat where it be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get it in. And it's funny, I'm listening to the introduction. You know, Brother Nana gave me that the man of one wife. And a quick story. Last night, man, I almost didn't have that title. I almost lost the title last night. You know, I don't know, for some reason we decided to switch sides on the bed. Dr. Mary's like, you know what? I may think the doctor told me I should lay on this side. So we'll just switch sides of the bed. And it felt uncomfortable for me. So I was like, I can't do it. I went and got on the couch. I just can't be on the wrong side of the bed. And then after I got tired of the couch, I came back in the bed. I was like, you know what? Shucks. I'm just going to, even if it's just a small piece, I'm just going to get on my side of the bed. And I went to get on my side of the bed. She moved. I popped my elbow, popped her in the eye. And next thing you know, she crying in all over the place. And I think I gave her a black eye. No, I don't think she got a black eye, but it was challenging. So I was like, that man on one way. I said, "Oh Lord, you gonna test me tonight, ain't you?" So anyway, I don't know why I told that story, but when you said that man on one way, that just kind of threw that out there.
Erik, real quick, can you do an attendees tell them to look out real quick, because I'm gonna send them
attendees look out, but I did a lot. Some of them just can't take attendees because a lot of them probably at work and they can't be. They don't want to be on the They don't want to
on the other side.
They want to stay on the other side since we're streaming live. I get it. So, and I hope she didn't hear that story. She did hear that story. I hope she didn't. No, she ain't paying attention. She ain't getting listen. She ain't watching. Anyway, today.
I'm here. Good morning, everybody.
Black eye. Sorry, dog. Ooh, that hurts.
It don't look like that, Erik. He frozen.
There he went.
Yeah.
Okay.
The couch.
I feel for you, brother.
Oh man, that's the Shaka Khan. I feel for you.
One trip to the couch.
Straight. Don't y'all instigate it. Y'all supposed to say, Erik, that's right. But I got her some ice and patched her back up. So I stayed up last night late, patching her back up and making sure she was okay. So if I feel a little off a little bit, that's because I was up late patching her back up.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
great job, Mr. Robinson. Great job.
Thank you.
He's someone though, so it's not for you.
Today, what I want to talk to y'all about, and I got a series. I'm gonna do this. I feel like a pastor. He's like, I got the series. You know, pastor like, hey y'all, we got a series. I'm working on. But anyway, I actually did have something prepared. Really want to talk about extreme ownership because Jacques said it. You know, we was looking at some numbers, and when you start looking at the numbers, you go. But sometimes you got to just really break down the numbers. You start looking at the details. Like, dang, there's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole. That need to be fixed. That need to be fixed. And you start saying, man, you got a lot of stuff added, but you know, let's get the foundation right, right? Let's get the foundation right. You know, and we always talk about you dig down deep before you start building up, right? I'll never forget for our birthday and anniversary, me and Mary went to see Janet Jackson, and we parked in this parking lot at the DC at the Capital One Arena, and we parked in this parking lot downtown DC. I usually park on the street, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna be official about the parking ticket. We parked down in the parking lot, and we kept going down this building right around the corner from so it's downtown DC, and we kept parking and we kept going down and going down and going down and going down. I'm like, man, Mary's like, this we next level, one more level down. Next level, one more level down. We're like, how deep is this thing? And then I was like, they say you got to dig down deep before you build up. And it's not just a saying, they really do that in construction, right? They really build a solid down foundation down there. And sometimes until you experience it, you just think it's a saying because all you see is the building on the top surface. You don't see below the surface. Are y'all with me? And so when we were going down there, it was like, man, no. You start saying, this is strange. This is not what I'm used to. But if you look at it, the building across the street probably has the same thing. The building over there probably has the same thing, right? So where am I going with this? The foundation of this, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, the foundation is extreme ownership. I'm gonna say that again. And some of y'all ain't gonna want to hear it, y'all. This might be a rough message today. Extreme ownership. Mr. Holson, you got your hand up already. Talk to us.
Eric, well, first of all, great morning, champions. I'm listening in, and just say congratulations to all of you. To Keisha Carr, you are the bomb diggity. I love you. Real quick, on that note, Eric, because this weekend was a very full weekend, and we all come, not we all, but some of us come from a network marketing background where we're taught, don't look at your volume, look at your structure. Right, your structure is going to produce your volume, but on a sustainable level. And that's what I did this weekend, was take some time with a lot of my new recruits and just really teach them how to invite, because it's amazing to me how people don't know how to invite. So anyway, I'm asking this to you. Is that part of what you're talking about? Taking the time to say, okay, we can continue to run in 6th gear, but if everybody just standing there watching me, so to speak, right? Not everybody, but if everybody's kind of in pause mode because they're afraid or whatever, and we don't tackle those types of things, we end up replacing these folks, right? Because they're not getting any results. So my question to you is this part of what you're sharing right now?
This is part, but this is, I'm gonna go to the flip side of it, Derek, and I'm glad you brought that up. The flip side is that individual has to see, you are taking ownership of your business, making sure that you do what you're supposed to do as a coach, making sure you're doing your part, right? But here's the thing, that individual, each one of us has to take ownership to make sure that we do what's needed to generate revenue sustained for our business. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
I do. Like, so what does that mean? If it means I got to get licensed, I got to take ownership and get licensed. Now, in the beginning, people don't understand some of the things, but here's the thing, y'all. Let's cut the chase. People do whatever the hell they want to do, or whatever the heck they want to do. They're not sitting around. You know, me and Jock was talking about with the new agents, getting our licensed agents count. Because I looked at my numbers, I'm like, I'm about the same licensed agents counts this right now as I was at the beginning of the year, but we had a lot more people join the team. Why? Well, did I help them say this is needed, go through the process? Are y'all with me? In the beginning of my business, I did. And later, I started kind of relying on the coaches, relying on people, different things. But it wasn't a focus, right? But here's the deal. They don't get a check until they get licensed. How hard is it to get licensed? You can do it in 2 weeks. They can do it in 2 weeks. But we got to set the standards. So when I'm talking about stream ownership, Derek, I'm talking about some of the standards, because when people will come in, follow the standards of what they feel is set. And when we start allowing the standards to be lower and say, well, they got this going on, they got this going on. Here's the thing, because y'all was like, Eric, well, that's one more training. I'm like, first of all, I watched Dr. Mary's studies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's why I said to him. He said, Eric, that's why no, they can attend all the events, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What trainings do we have on a regular basis, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? He was like, none.
0.
So I watched her studies Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I studied for my exam about a week and a half every night from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. What trainings? 11 o'clock p.m. to 1 o'clock a.m. What trainings do we have running on a regular basis from 11 o'clock p.m. to 1 o'clock a.m.?
None.
None. So there's no loophole that they can't study and go get a license. We watched Stephen Short to go and pass the test. He said, I'm even taking it again. I did it after coming a stroke, losing 80% of my memory. See, so here's the thing: it's BS and extreme ownership. If you're listening, you got to take ownership. You know, I forgot I said it one time. Corey J reminded me. She's like, Eric, you said if I need to learn something, take my ass to the library. Go find information. That's extreme ownership. My coach ain't teaching this. Eric, you won't teach this. You don't teach this. Go figure it out. See, here's the thing. Jock, you said, how bad do you want it? I listened to Busta Rhymes, his speech for the BET Award. And somebody want to look it up. I'm not going to play it today, but he's his speech at the BET Award, the Lifetime Award. He said, I was with the group Leaders of the New School and I got kicked out. He said, at that time I had a young child. He said, what's going through my mind was, how in the world am I going to provide for my child? He's like, how am I going to provide? I had to figure it out now. I was with a group. I had to figure it out. I'm on my own now. He said, I never thought it would be on. I'm on my own. He said, so what I used to do, I have networked already with some of these people in the studios. And I had a network. I would call them up and say, hey, who's in the studio today? Who's in the studio today? And then I would go up there and pass out some goodies to those artists. And while they was partaking in my goodies, I would go up there and start spitting rhymes. And they were like, ooh, that's fire. And he's like, man, yeah. They would put me on the track. And then I would send the bill. That was $5,000. That was $10,000 for that one. Invoice me $5,000. He said, that's how I made a living. He said, I was the one, I pioneered the feature on somebody's album. I had the mindset, I got to feed my family no matter what. So here's the deal. People are all doing the same thing right now. They're just not doing it in this industry. We got a young lady on our team, Jock. I looked at the numbers. She's been averaging over the last 3 months about $25,000 in her bank account per month. She's on your team, averaging 25 grand a month. And people are like, well, I don't know if this works. Well, I'm not sure. Another guy, he's been averaging about $15,000 a month. Well, I'm sitting back and then look at some people, they got $1,000 in the whole year. Except somebody doing $20,000 a month from somebody who did $1,000 in 12 months.
We all got the same 24 hours in a day to do this, to make it happen.
They make it, they finding a way, they make it happen. Was she always at 25,000? No, they're finding a way. Are y'all with me? She's committed. This guy's committed. They're finding a way to make it happen. Well, Eric, what about? No, go find a way. See, Derek was saying this, you can't take the weight of the shoulder of the world on your shoulder, but what you got to do is give them the standard and tell them to go figure it out, go find a way. Here's our back office, here's the training, here's this. We got everything. We show them the record, how to get on board. We even got the recordings there. Now it's like, oh man, you got to sit there and watch them do the recording. Crap. They need to go in, do the recording, do the onboarding, bam, 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 bam. I figured it out. I didn't have nobody holding my hand, and we were doing the papers. I figured it out. Now, can you support your team? Yes, absolutely. Do you help encourage your team? Absolutely. They gotta want it.
Hey, Eric, what did Master P say? Or no, what did Master P's professor tell him about McDonald's? Like, do you know what McDonald's sells? You remember that conversation?
Yeah. He said what McDonald's sells. When they
sell
him,
consistency.
Consistency.
And we have consistency right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have consistency. And it's just like when you buy a franchise, Eric,
Maryland.
You can't deviate from the franchise, the system. Can somebody put that person on mute, please? You can't deviate from the system or you'll get different results. But the people that you just mentioned, they came and became a franchise owner, and they're following the system and they're having success. So you got to make sure that you don't. Can somebody put that person on mute?
Oh, you just started.
We gotta just probably move her role the way she's logged in.
Yeah, I'm not a co-host.
Nice to meet you.
Gotta assign some co-hosts.
Yeah, because the co-host over there sleeping.
No, it's not sleeping. It's she's on her phone. She's logged on her phone, so it's kind of hard.
No, we couldn't do it. I was trying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Jock, you know what though? I'm gonna go somewhere. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go somewhere even with that. Before you have consistency, and I'm talking about the drive, like
mindset. Yeah,
you gotta have that. You gotta have that hunger. You know, Jamie Prickett put a post out. He said, if you are, I'm gonna read it, make sure I love what he said, because I'm telling y'all, this is I want to reset your brain, because you're doing it. You're just not doing it for your business. You say, if you live for the compliments, you'll die from the criticism. Don't be addicted to the opinions of others. See, here's the thing, John. It's not that. We are not sure. There's three things when you're trying to build your business. There's three things you need to have confidence. You got to be totally certain, belief. You got to have belief in. One is yourself. Belief in yourself. So if you want to take notes, you got to teach this to your team. Belief in yourself, one. Two, belief in the company you're with. Three, belief in the industry. See, so usually what's lacking right now, I look at my team, a lot of them is lacking. They got the belief in themselves and the belief in the industry. They believe Xpert doing some great things, man. Y'all got some superstars. Eric, you got the plaques in the back. Okay, so I see that. You got 6 with the ring. I see you making money. You got 6-figure ring. I see that, all that stuff, right? So I believe that it's happens. I believe in the company. I believe you're getting paid. Eric, I see you. I believe you're making money. But can I do it? Do I want to do it? Should I do it? See, those doubts, can I do it? Do I want to do it? Should I do it? So they sign up thinking they're doing it for you. They don't know, can I do it? Should I? That's why we talk about that. Why I got to be so strong. See, I know I'm sold out. I got to make money, y'all. If I don't, my lights go off. If I don't, my gas go off. See, when you don't have no why strong enough, first of all, I'm just freaking competitive. I'm going to win. See, some of y'all don't realize I am a competitor. I've been a competitor most of my life in high school. I've always won. I can go bring up boxes of plaques, whether I was in a car dealership, whether I was in another network marketing company. I've always been that guy. Are y'all with me? Now, there was a period where I was like, slacking, I was just sitting back. But what I realized after high school, I went to a prominent high school in DC. After high school, I was praying that I was graduating. I never forget, sitting in my high school graduation at, what's that, at Catholic, the Immaculate Cathedral, whatever it is, down in DC, the cathedral in DC where all the Catholic schools graduate. I'm sitting there, and one of my classmates, they was all smart. They was like, they said 132 people are here today, and it's like 135 in the class. I'm like, who's thinking like that? 135? It's like, so 2 people didn't graduate. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I one of the 2? Because I played around. Am I one of the 2? And I remember most of them was going to school like the Brown, Harvard, Yale. They all became doctor, lawyers, a lot of them doing different things. Not everybody, but a lot of them, right? And I was just as smart, but I just didn't really care because I was so busy. While I was in my private school, St. John's, all my friends with the other public schools. So I was hanging out trying to do, I was that guy, wasn't paying attention. So when it came time to college, I'm like, shucks, application. I went to the Maryland. I never forget, they had a program called the IE program, Intensive Education Program. I still remember 30 years later. And I was able to get in. You had to go to summer school, and you got a 3.0 in summer school, they will let you get in Maryland. I don't know if they still had it, but I got in by the skin of my teeth at the University of Maryland. Because I was like, man, I got to do something. And ever since then, so they say, you know what? I can't worry about my peers, my friends, whatever. I got to get it done because I don't want to be that guy worried about sitting in with all the family around. Are you going to graduate? Now, when I got to college, I was that guy too. So I didn't graduate. So, but after a while, I developed into it. So I'm just want to say that. But I realized when I had my daughter, when Mary's pregnant, life changed for me. That's when I didn't care about anybody. I never forget my supervisor, Eric, listen, brother, you're doing all this other stuff. I know you don't come to work late. You got to go for the baby shower. You got to go to, he said, listen, Mary is a student in college. She was pregnant in college. And I was at the time, I had no job. I was a college dropout, hustling. Just tell you what it was, right? He said, Eric, now I'm working in the car dealership, got my real job. He said, she's depending on you to provide. You can't do everything and be everywhere. You better get out here and provide. And after that, I took that to heart. We were living in an apartment, me, my wife, my daughter, living in a 2-bedroom apartment, shared with one of my friends. And he had a whole bunch of, his name was, I ain't put his name out there, but he's a magician, entertainer, musician, and he had a whole lot of different people coming in and out. It wasn't the best environment. My Mary be like, hey, Susan. No, that's not Susan, man. That's Robin. Hey, Robin. Okay. Hey, Karen. I'm like, so I had to make a shift. And ever since then, I never looked back with saying, I got to make it happen. See what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Some of y'all are making it happen. But when it comes to your insurance business, that ain't the way you got to make it happen. You follow me? Like, you're making it happen. Don't get me wrong. Life is happening to you the same way it's happening to me. But what are you doing? You're over here. My 9 to 5 is making it happen. I can't wait to get off that job. Then get your ass and start helping some clients. Period. Write a policy, get a check. Write a policy, get a check. I don't know how to write a policy. Get a license, write a policy, get a check. I don't know how to do it. Yes, you do. Hey, Mr. Jones, if you do it 100 times wrong, you'll start figuring out what not to do and learn what to do. But what happens is, it's not bad enough for you to do it 100 to make 100 calls. See, it's bad enough for me to make 100 calls. Are y'all with me? See, I don't know if y'all realize, y'all are on this line 8:30 in the morning. You're just, it's like 2 feet from goal. You're right on the cusp because you are here. But then when you leave, it's like, okay, I did enough. And I can go back to my regular life and make my money over there. See, Nicole is like, I got to go to my office. I pay rent. Dr. Teresa's like, Eric, I left the school. This got to work. See, some of y'all ain't got to I gotta. Because y'all got everything else that makes it in pace. Good is the enemy of great. See, I gotta. Are y'all with me? I'm at an I gotta mode. I've always operated as, and when you're in a commission-based sales, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta have, when you're an entrepreneur, it has to be that I gotta until it doesn't work. And then guess what entrepreneurs do when it doesn't work? I've seen entrepreneurs they went bankrupt, go out of business, boom. Guess what? They back again. I got it. Like, man, you said that was the last hit. One of the greatest stories, Formula 409. It's like, why do they call that cleaner 409? He's like, because I tried 408 times. It took me to 409 until I got it right. Mm-hmm. Colonel Sanders, they say he went and begged for money, tried to get financing and funding for over 1,000 people. To over 1,500 banks. I didn't know they had 1,500 banks back then. He said, everybody kept turning them down. He's like, I got to make this work. I can't go back to my job. I got to make this work. See, I got something I'm going to share with y'all, but the first thing is, do you got to make this work or do you want to make it work? You don't get what you want. You get what you got to. Are y'all with me? If I ready to say who want to be a millionaire, everybody hand go, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, but you ain't got to be a millionaire because you don't have to. You can be a thousandaire. Some of y'all got your wife, your husband, everything support. It's wonderful if you have a support and you got the I got it mentality. Oh man, you can roll. Because sometimes you need the cushion. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying when you come here, do you have a freaking mentality? I believe in myself. I believe in the company. I believe in the industry. If one of those beliefs are weak, it's going to be hard to succeed. I'm just telling y'all. And here's the thing about belief. You can change it in an instant. You can change it in an instant. I've seen people say they don't believe texting and driving is a bad thing. And then they see an accident or one of their friends or somebody get hurt in the accident, boom. Now all of a sudden, oh shit, I believe that you don't drive and text. Now they out there putting aside, hey y'all, I just lost my friend, family member. I got hurt from a drunk driver. Don't drink and drive. Oh, now they believe it. Are y'all with me? People go to the doctor. Hey, you got cancer from smoking. Nope, I'm stop smoking. Hey, y'all, don't smoke. Oh, now we believe it. You can change belief in an instant. And that's what I want y'all to do today is really ask yourself. Don't profess it. Don't put it out on Facebook. Don't put it on social media. This is an internal freaking thing. Well, are you going to show up tomorrow to this meeting? Now, I'm going to ask y'all this question. Do you believe in yourself, the company, or the industry? Because it takes just like that. I need y'all showing up tomorrow saying, I believe, because we can't get to 6 figures in 6 months. You can't do 3 EDs in 90 days if they don't believe it. I know you believe it, Dr. Teresa, but if none of them believe it, it ain't going to matter. Because they're going to be like, oh, well, and you're going to bust your ass and do everything for them, get them all the clients, get them all the agents. You will do everything to make them as ED because you believe it. And then they'll get there and you'll be like, oh, man, I did all the work. And now they want to take the checks for the work you've done. We got to stop all that crap. Are y'all hearing me? Stop all that.
Yes, you're right.
I'm going to give them something, so I'm going to put somebody under them. I'm going to help build them. No, they need to help build themselves. The best thing you can do for an entrepreneur is help them get the confidence to build themselves, not give them something. Are y'all with me? Because you give them, and I'm going to close with this one. One of the stories I was listening to Charles Barkley, he said he got some advice from Dr. J, but he said the best advice he got from Grant Hill. He said, I was at this, we was at some awards somewhere, and I was sitting down with Grant Hill, the former NBA player, and Grant Hill had just signed this $100 million contract. He said, I was sitting down with Grant Hill and his father. His father, Calvin Hill, was a former football player. He said, I'm sitting down with Grant Hill and Mr. Hill, and we at this event. And they're like, well, we got to go because we got to go back to work on Sunday. He was like, y'all, your son just signed a $100 million contract. You got to go back to work on Monday? Y'all leaving? Y'all can't stick around? And they was like, Charles, let me tell you something. He's like, that's not Grant's responsibility to take care of us. He said, you start taking care of your friends, your family, because he said, what's going to happen is that's the worst thing you can do for them. Because when you stop giving them money, they're going to hate you. You give them $5,000, you're putting them on payroll. The minute you have to take them off of payroll, they're going to hate you. He said, so Grant, that's Grant's money. If he does something nice for us, cool. But that's Grant's money. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen. You start feeding somebody, doing this for them, the minute you stop, they're going to hate you. Are y'all catching that? So some of y'all want to do something. The minute you don't do it for them, no, you need to show them. There's a saying, teach the man how to fish. Don't just feed him fish. Now, in the beginning, you might have to show them, teach them, and feed them at the same time. But the standard, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, the standard, how do you think? See, when you're thinking that they don't need to be here, when you're thinking, oh, that's too much for them, when you're thinking, oh, Eric, this test is too hard, when you're thinking, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we do? When you're thinking that way, you're already hurting them. Are y'all hearing me? Let's raise the standard, because I know Derek, you're a Marine. They don't say, oh man, little Johnny, you can't, we don't want you to have to run in the mud. Little Johnny, finger doesn't get. Oh, little Johnny, we don't want to have to learn how to be a good sharpshooter. Don't worry about it. He can't hit the bullseye. Don't worry about it. Just give him a slap on, give him a sergeant badge, and put him out there. No, those Navy SEALs, those recons, they only few going to make it, because they know when things get thick, that person better be able to perform. And Derek, you told me something. He said, Eric, I said, man, you fighting for our country, risk my life for this country. He said, no, my job is not to risk my life for my country, to die for my country. He said, I said, man, you're military, you're willing to die for the country. He said, no, my job is not to die for my country. My job is to make that other guy die for his country. I'm supposed to come back alive. Totally different mindset. See, that's why everybody can't make it through. Everybody can't make it through the entrepreneur world, y'all. We can give everybody opportunity, but they all don't want to do it. So when the ones who don't want to do it, Marcella, let them go until they're ready to want to do it. But there's a whole bunch of people with their hands up saying, please teach me, train me, show me the way. That's where y'all are. Worry about those who show up, who grow up, than those who don't do nothing. Don't worry about that. Are y'all with me? Yep. This is our standard, y'all. You come on our team, we're going to get your license in 2 weeks. That's the standard. If you don't get it, I get it, but that's the standard. Let's get your license in 2 weeks. If you don't get a license, you don't get a check, you ain't doing nothing but wasting your time and my time. Are y'all with me? Yep. And they'll waste your time until about the time they pay that bill, that 30 days when that back office fee come, wait to hit about 2 or 3 times, they resign anyway. Yep. I say it every time. I get resignation, I resign. Why? Because they paying $20 back office fee. They wasn't doing nothing anyway. All they did was waste your time. So let's go out there, let's crush it, let's win. We got our tonight team huddle. We're going to give you the freaking blueprint. And those who want it will get it. Those who want to run with it will run with it. Those who are going, I'm not sure. That's up to you how you roll. I'm just not absorbing that. I got to do 6 figures in 6 months myself. Dr. Mary said, you only got 4 months to get it done. And I got to get it done without my team. I got to go out there, get my clients, go out there, write my business. I'm not trying to get my 6 figures in 6 months and 4 months off my team. Well, Eric, you override, you trying to pep them up. No, I'm giving y'all the play that I'm running. Are y'all with me? Like, I'm literally running the play that I'm giving y'all. So.
Hey, Eric, real quick too. Why is it important to have those standards? Because sometimes even when you think you're conscious, if you let those standards go or start to drop, what happens when you start to let those standards drop?
Oh, production drops, everything drops, morale drops, energy drops. We've been good at keeping the energy, And then we're good at keeping the energy, but then you start looking at, when I start looking at the production, I'm like, man, come on, man, we got to help them make some more money. Like we got to, because see, we worry about, oh, well, this person didn't do this. She didn't do this. I'm talking about like a new agent. I got agents like Eric, where I called Susan and Susan didn't do anything. Not, I'm using another name because Susan, I don't think I'm talking about you. I called Billy Ray, and Billy Ray say he gonna call me back, and Billy Ray never called me back, and so I'm worried about Billy Ray. Man, forget Billy Ray. Billy Ray got about 10 neighbors. Go knock on all 10 neighbors' doors. You got Billy Ray's address? Yeah. Are you going to see Erik Robinson in the next 2 days? Was going to knock on every door in my neighborhood. I haven't knocked on every door in my neighborhood. I've been in for 3 years. Every neighbor don't know what I do. But I guarantee you, every day we're going to get a card. I know people come for my lawn care. They put me a card for my window, siding, lawn care. They knocking on my door. Well, how come I ain't running my business like them? I like I'm so rich. I could just sit up in the ivory tower. Heck no. I need to go out there and make sure my name gets out there, do whatever it takes until I get the job done. Are y'all with me?
Yep.
We got to get uncomfortable.
And you said something else. You got people knocking on your doors. Those are good people that you can prospect because they out there doing it. You can always prospect those folks too.
Yeah, they out there doing it. I'm a prospecting, but also they telling me, hey, I'm running my business. What are you doing, bro? Like they really just let me say, Eric, what are you really doing? What are you really doing? Because I'm out here spreading the word about my business, but what are you really doing? I mean, you're playing games, bro. As long as you want to keep playing games, that's cool because you're happy with the results you get playing games. I told you I'm like starting. I need $1 million a month. My goal was $1 million a month. You don't get $1 million a month playing games unless you want to, I don't even know what them Powerballs. You gotta play Powerball to get that. So I ain't playing Powerball. I gotta be serious. So with that being said, I'm gonna switch gears today because this young lady's looking so fabulous, and I see her in the office right now. And there you go. I'm ready to call on you. If she can run the recap today for us, none other than soon to be executive director, senior manager, superstar, Miss Takesha Carr. Do you mind handling the recap for us?
Sure. I was not prepared for that one. But thank you, sir. Stay you ready. So we are about to do the recap. Does anyone have any tidbits they would like to share? Please raise your hand. I know we got a ton of nuggets. Yes, sir. Mr. Elijah Pye, floor is yours.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Eric. This is what it's called back to the basics, back to the blueprint. Mm-hmm. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, look, any mother that have a newborn baby, and you keep carrying that baby every single time, you're trying to make that baby cripple, or you want to make that baby to walk. You can't be carrying the baby all the time. Babies are meant to grow up and start walking. And sometimes there is a kind of misconception about outline trainer and things in this business, and that make people not to own their business. If you don't take ownership of your business and learn how to figure things out on your own, you will never learn. Oh, you are my ED, you're supposed to do this for me. Says who? You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So the number one thing is for yourself. Entrepreneurs sort things out. They don't depend on anybody. Entrepreneurs work things out. They look for resources. They create resources. They make things happen. And we, as most of the time, we believe that without this person doing this for me, I cannot do it. That's not entrepreneurship works. You are a business owner. If you don't open your shop, and I open my shop, my clients come to my shop, they get to your door is closed, they're not going to come back next time. And the beauty about the platform that we have is resources is available. I don't know, some of you that come from WFG, difficult to find information, to access resources and information. But here, everything is, right there at your doorstep. You are on the front row seat. So if you're waiting for somebody, this is what I tell my team, I say, look, there was one thing that Jimmy shared one time. Sorry to take a little bit of time. He said, because most of the time we are afraid that if I don't pick up this person, they're going to resign. They're going to resign anyway. If I don't pay for their license class, they're not going to get licensed. They're not going to take the exam. If I don't pay for the hotel, they're not going to come to the convention. They will pay the hotel, they come to the convention and come back and don't do nothing. The next 2 weeks, they resign. I have to pay for their membership so that this person don't have money. If they can't afford, in fact, when we were in the WFG, it was like $120. Somebody who cannot afford $120 to start the business is not ready. When you're ready, let me know. So most of the time, there was something that Uncle Jack said sometime. He said abuse of upline. Some people just want you to do everything for them, and then 2 weeks later, they're going to resign. Anyway. And there's something that Jimmy mentioned. Let me say this in closing. He said, don't be afraid. If you are an SFA, not everybody that join you when you become SFA are going to be there with you when you become SM. And not everybody that are there with you as an SM is going to be there with you when you are ED. And it continues like that. So don't let yourself be what I mentioned here one day, when 5 people join the business and 6 people quit. Because we are afraid, thinking that, oh, if I don't do this for this person, they're going to resign. They're going to resign anyway. You hear from Eric. He has years of experience. So let somebody take ownership at some point so that they grow up. Because a child was not meant to be carried all their life. Back to you.
Good stuff. Thank you. Awesome. I got about 10, 12 nuggets out of that one. Good stuff. That was a master's class. We're going to ask, I know we're over the time. It's 9:44, so we're going to get through this fairly quickly before we turn it over to Ms. Rita. So coming forward, if you could take 1 minute on your recaps, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Executive Director Elijah Pye, your face is like, oh, disgusted, like you're ready to go work now. I feel it. Mr. Moneyman, you're up next.
1 minute.
Yes, I got you, Troy. Mine gonna be quick. You know something about our business? It's like somewhere, like, cause I grew up working commission only. Because when you work commission only, what did you say this one term? What you kill, you eat. That's the one thing that I used to love about that business, because I couldn't work hourly because I'm worth more than $20 an hour or $30 an hour. I control my destiny. And that's the one thing you can do when you commission sales. It's like having your own business. And it's the only one thing that I was thinking too. You hear a lot of people say, what about my why? I got my why. But if you got your why you ain't doing the work to fulfill your why?
20 seconds.
Do you really have a why, or you just have a talking point? Because if you have a why, you will have the desire, the reason, and the work to make your why a true for yourself in your life.
4.
I'm finished, brother. I'm finished, my brother.
The clock man is on it. I like that. What you kill, you eat, right? So we're worth more than just the dollar amount. I like it.
Gotta
Mr.
back
Derek
up my
Holston,
sister.
you're up next.
All right, Mr. Troy Gandy, of course, keep my time. Thank you. Fantastic training this morning. Yeah, it's crazy because as you build, especially if you're recruiting and you're really looking to build an agency, you kind of know this or underneath, right? But part of you says, I don't want to let go of what I had to work so hard to get, right? But there's a natural transition. So Eric hit it on the head: extreme ownership, right? Not only for ourselves, but also setting that standard. So my recap: set the standard, don't deviate, don't co-sign on excuses. All right, work with people who are hungry. And one of the key indicators, especially if you have a lot of people who are coming in unlicensed, is to see if they're getting their license. And thank you, Eric, for always sending me the report, because I am really buckling down on that and saying, listen, if you're not willing to get your license within 30 days, then, you can go over here in the baby pool, right? I'm still here. I'm not shunning you out, but I can't spend a whole lot of time with you. And then just be willing to let go. So I'm all done. Thank you, Mr. Gandy. I appreciate you all the time.
Awesome.
Done.
Thank you so much, future executive director, Mr. Derek Holson. So great nuggets also, great nuggets. Anyone else before we turn it over to the amazing Miss Rita Brown?
To Keisha, how they say, get rich or die trying. And that what 50 said?
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's the goal,
3,
right?
2,
Help as many
1.
families as we can. Help as many as we can. Miss Rita Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
The floor is yours, ma'am. Give us our amazing recap.
Oh, I got a lot of nuggets this morning.
I know you do. I have a page full, so I can only imagine what you have. Come on, Miss Rita.
All right, I'm going to try to say them fast because I know everybody is eager to get to work this morning. All right, push these 120 days. Set the tone for 2025. Follow up. Add value, create trust. When you give a client a great experience, they will want to give you referrals. We are preparing to be a SM producing machine. Talk to people constantly. You never know what you may find out. Once you make the decision to mash the gas and do what it takes, it's a different experience. Realize that we are business owners. Sometimes you may have to take a step back and start from ground zero. Keep it simple. Sow the seed, water it. No does not mean no forever. When they are ready, will you still be here? Those constant contacts lets them know you are still there and builds trust. 6 figures in 6 months. Extreme ownership. The foundation of being a business owner is extreme ownership. That we do what's needed to generate revenue. Extreme ownership. What are our standards? You got to take ownership. How bad do you want it? Sometimes you may have to figure it out. Find a way. Consistency. You can't deviate from the system or you will get different results. But before we get to consistency, we got to have the right mindset. You got to have the hunger, the drive. If you live for the compliments, you will die from the criticism. Confidence, a belief in self, a belief in company, a belief in industry. We have to stop saying, can I do it? Should I do it? Will I do it? Your why has to be strong. You are making it happen, but not with your insurance business. Is it bad enough for you to make 100 calls? Good is the enemy of great. You got to be in the I gotta mode. Do you got to make it work or do you want to make it work? I believe in myself, I believe in my company, and I believe in the industry. If one is weak, there is a problem. You can change belief in an instant. The best way to help your business partners is to help them get the confidence to build themselves, not just give. Everyone cannot make it through this business. If they don't want to do it, that's okay. They have to be ready. We got to get uncomfortable. Stop playing games. It's time to be serious. No matter how bad you want it for them, they have to want it for themselves. Everyone take extreme ownership. Let's go. Let's crush it. Let's win.
Wow.
Oh, Rita, I don't know how you do it. You are simply amazing.
Pay close attention.
I have no clue how you do it. We talk so fast and you come back with 100 points every single time. So thank you guys so much for your recaps. Executive Director, Mr. Robinson, is back to you, sir.
Ooh, all I gotta say, y'all, let's get it. Rita Brown, before there was Chat GPT, there was downtown Rita Brown before there was Chat GPT. She's the original Chat GPT. They need this. Oh my goodness. With that being said, 7:00 p.m. Let's go. I don't know what holiday is in Canada, but there is a holiday, so there's no CEO tap, and you might not get a lot of Canadian support, which means the front office may be closed. So I'm not sure which holiday it is, but with that being said, let's go. Thank y'all for being here. Love y'all. Woo! On fire.
Thank you all.
Peace. Lord be with you.
Have a great one.
Oh, let's go.
Have an awesome day, champions. Let's go get it.